Liar! Fucking liar!
Bleep. What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another episode of Tea Time with Cindy. I'm Thi.
I'm Cindy.
And this is
Tea Time with Cindy.
So, life updates.
Oh my god. You want to go first?
Let me go first because this past weekend was a crazy ride. Okay, Wednesday, in the middle of the night, Shawn wakes me up. It's 4 a.m. and he said, I have chest pain. And I said, what kind of chest pain? And he said, it's like a squeezing chest pain. And I was like, okay, what else? Does it hurt anywhere else? Well, what do you mean your chest hurts? And he's like, it hurts in my chest and it hurts in my neck. Like my neck is so sore and it hurts in my jaw. And then that flashed me back to nursing school days where we were learning about heart disease and heart issues and obviously heart attacks. And so when I heard chest pain and jaw, I was like, chest pain radiating to the jaw, number one symptom of a heart attack. And that just, I was like,
Isn't he just 26?
yeah, he's only 26. He works out. We eat healthy. We're not doing anything crazy, like no recreational drugs, you know? Like,
I told you it's the milk.
I know, it's like we're very healthy people, so there's like no reason he should be having a heart attack in the middle of the night at 26 years old. So that was what was going on in my mind. I was like, he can't be having a heart attack. Like, that's ridiculous. We get in the car because I was like, obviously we need to go somewhere because this is not normal. And I was like, maybe we'll just go to an urgent care because I know it's not a big deal. But then I just had that nagging feeling in the back of my mind. If it were bad and I just took him to an urgent care and something happened, firstly, the bill is going to be really high. To be frank, the bill is going to be ridiculous.
Always go to an urgent care first, guys.
Pause.
Before going to like an emergency room.
No, actually, let me speak on that, okay?
Wow.
Because there's so much to dissect in this. So I was going to go to an urgent care, and then I was like, no, because if they see that something is wrong, they're just going to send him to the ER. And I was like, especially with chest pain, I might as well go to the ER because if it is what I think it is, yeah, we're gonna have to move fast. Like, we will have to move with quickness. So I take him to the ER, to the hospital I used to work at. And so I felt comfortable there because I know that it's a really good hospital. I park my car, I go in to find him. They're already pulling him into a little assessment room. So the nurse is doing an EKG on him, and that's where they, read your little heart waves and all that. It said STEMI. I was standing in the back like this, kind of looking at it because I just wanted to see. And I was like,
you're like keeping your eye out because making sure they're doing their job.
Yes, yeah. And I just wanted to see what the EKG said because if it was normal, like, whew, okay, we can go home. But I was like, so STEMI means ST elevated myocardial infarction. Myocardial infarction is big boy term for heart attack. So, like, she looks at it. It says STEMI. It says cardiac emergency. It says something like that. So she leaves. She didn't say anything. She was like, I'll be right back. And so she leaves. And then a few seconds later, a doctor walks in, looks at Shawn, and walks out. And I hear him go, that's not the right room. And she said, yes, it is. That's the STEMI. And he comes back around. He's like, hey, man. How old are you? 26? Cool. So I'm just gonna ask you a few questions. And when I saw the STEMI thing on the EKG, I knew I'm bleeping myself out. Bleep was gonna go down. I just knew people were gonna come in really fast, and it was gonna be a lot of people asking a lot of questions because, yikes, it's bad. So he comes in, he kind of assesses him a little bit as well, looks at the EKG, and another doctor comes in and she's like, are we gonna run the STEMI protocol? And he said, yeah, run it. So they called a code heart attack pretty much, and things were moving fast. 20 people in there at a time. He got 2 IVs started in him in both arms. They gave him aspirin, and they tell him that they have to take him to the cath lab where they have to insert a catheter through like an area in his groin. Yeah. So there's like, you know,
I'm just saying it's very painful.
I know.
Okay? They had to do that when I was like pregnant. Like, bro.
Well, yeah. So they inserted a catheter like through his, I think it was like his femoral artery. When I was a nurse, I was not in I was in a low acuity unit. I did not have to deal with this like a day-to-day basis at all. So I have very like, general nursing knowledge about this stuff, but I was by no means like a cardiac nurse whatsoever. So they took him to the cath lab, and that's where they insert a catheter into a large artery, and they like snake it up to the arteries in your heart to check for blockages, because that's what causes a heart attack, is some sort of blockage in your heart, and your heart doesn't get enough oxygen, so it's like screaming for help and it's like dying. So they do that, right? And I'm sitting in the waiting room for like an hour, and it was so weird because when all this happened, I wasn't crying. I wasn't like, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening, my husband's having a heart attack. Like, I was literally like, dang, this is crazy. Like, dang, this is happening. This is crazy. And I think it's because I don't know why I do this, because I feel like it is a very normal reaction to kind of freak out a little bit, right?
I feel like if I freaked out, I might make it worse.
Right.
So you have to remain calm. If you start freaking out, then start freaking him out,
and then
it's a chain reaction.
And then it's gonna be bad. Yeah.
Plus, I feel like you did know that he was going to be okay.
Yeah, I knew he was gonna be okay because I know the team is so great, and they, you know, when it happened, they were on top of it within like seconds. So I really wasn't worried at all. But at the same time, I was like, this is so weird. I was sitting there in the waiting room, and I was like
the Twilight Zone.
Right, the Twilight Zone. I was like, what's supposed to happen now? Shawn doesn't have a will.
First thing that came into mind.
I was like, I mean, not that it matters, I guess, but he doesn't have a will. So that's gonna, if something were to happen, that'd be will. I know, right? It was just a lot of weird thoughts going through my head, and I was like, man, and then what if he's not fine? And I'm over here joking in my head about his will. That's not very cool of me.
Well, I feel like maybe that's your way of coping, though.
Yeah, it was just kind of like,
because
thinking of things that are not really relevant.
To like make yourself calm, to make yourself feel better.
Yeah.
Because again, if you start crying, if you start like panicking, calling his mom and all that, then like he, you know, because you don't know the full story yet. So it is best to remain calm.
Exactly.
Like, don't fault yourself for that.
Yeah.
For like thinking that way, because a lot of people do that. It doesn't make you heartless or emotional.
Yes.
Emotionless.
Yeah. Emotionless. Yeah.
Emotionless. Sorry. Emotionless. Yeah. English, not my first language. Anyways, even though I was born here, but that's a whole different story. Anyways, but yeah, it doesn't make you emotionless or any of that.
It's just like compartmentalized, I guess. I don't know. It was a weird moment. When I saw the EKG, I just looked at Shawn. Everything will be okay. And that's like pretty much all he remembered coming from me, because immediately after that, I like backed into the corner of the room like this, because I knew that doctors were going to be running in and out. The way that the doctors were asking the questions, they were like, do you do any recreational drugs?
That wasn't the first question.
It's a very standard like health question, right? But the way that they were asking it was that they were like, did you just do cocaine? No! Like some of them even explicitly asked that. Did you just do cocaine? No, he didn't do cocaine. And then, you know, it's the middle of the night, right? So they were like, were you participating in any activities before? And we were just like, we were sleeping. He was sleeping. He woke up with this chest pain. Right. And we were just like, no. It's 4 a.m. I was asleep. I know that for sure. And he was asleep and woke up from the chest pain. And they were just like so confused on how a 26-year-old, very healthy looking guy could get a heart attack. And so they took him to the cath lab. I was just kind of like, this is so weird. I don't know what to think. Everything's going to be fine. What am I going to tell his parents if something were to happen? Or what if he has heart surgery and they don't even tell me until after the surgery is done because they just whisk him off to surgery? It was just a lot of that. It was a lot of that going on in my mind for an hour. But then the doctor from the cath lab calls me and he says, everything is great. Everything's fine. None of his arteries are blocked. So it wasn't a heart attack. They admit him to the hospital, of course, because this is still such a weird situation. We go up to his room. And another doctor comes in and she says, everything looks great in terms of you not having a heart attack, but all of your other levels are also elevated. So they wanted to keep him to figure out what it was. And so they were asking more questions, and Shawn had been pooping his brains out. He had been pooping his brains out for like a good week before this, for a good 7 days.
Really? Even before the party?
Even before the party. So it wasn't food poisoning from the party. He had just been fighting this stomach virus for at least 5 days before the attack happened.
It's the alcohol.
I know, like we have no idea what it was because, you know, he doesn't usually get sick from like drinking or anything like that. And usually when he gets food poisoning, it's 1 or 2 days and it's gone. And that's a normal food poisoning time frame. And for stomach viruses, like, yeah, sometimes it's 2 or 3 days and sometimes it could be a long time. And so when we told them that, they were thinking that the stomach virus had affected his heart in some way.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah. Oh, what the bleep? Yeah, so they took him for an MRI and it did show that his heart muscles were inflamed. So they ended up diagnosing him with acute myocarditis, which is inflammation of the heart pretty much. And they think it's from the virus affecting another part of his body. And when I posted it on my Instagram and like shared the story of what happened and how they think that it's myocarditis, a few people did mention that happened to them as well, or that happened to like their family members.
So y'all hear that?
Yeah.
If you have a stomach flu, go to the doctors.
Yeah, be careful. Be careful.
Apparently it's not the stomach flu.
Apparently it could kind of make you feel like you're having a heart attack. So that's that.
That's a lot.
Yeah. It's kind of like how COVID is a virus, right? And yeah, it gives you the sniffles and all that, and it's like a respiratory sort of virus, but then it can affect your brain and it can affect your heart and your liver and your nerves and all that stuff. So yeah, viruses are really scary. Don't play when it comes to viruses.
Go to the doctor.
Go to the doctor.
Moral of the story. Just go to the doctor. Don't even try to do any home remedies.
No.
Because apparently stomach viruses can cause heart attacks now.
Well, not a heart attack, but it'll make you feel like you're having a heart attack, which also is not ideal. Yeah.
Same.
Yeah. But I was going to say urgent care. I love me a good urgent care when it comes to a little boo-boo, you know? But the other week, we had a lake outing, and we were tubing. And one of our friends has had a history of dislocating his shoulder. And I did not know that. If I had known that, I would not let him get on that tube, okay? But he's on the tube, having a good time. Boop, it comes out. Okay?
I just like imagine it's just go... Boop. No, but the thing is, like, I saw, like, one of my friends at Head in the Cloud, he got his leg, like, I saw it happen, okay? I saw it happen, so, like, I'm imagining the arm coming out.
Yeah. I couldn't see because I was on the boat and the tube is, you know, at least, I don't know, I'm not good at measuring, 15 feet away, I don't know, I'm throwing out a number, 20, I don't know. Anyway, so he comes back onto the boat and his shoulder is obviously like this, and he's like, I dislocated my shoulder. He was being very calm about it, which I really appreciated. And everyone's like, oh, T, you're a nurse, do something about it. And I was like, I've never put a shoulder back in place, but I know sometimes when people do dislocate their shoulder or their knee, you know, they can pop it back themselves. And so I asked him, do you know how to get it back in yourself? And he said no. And I was like, okay, well then I really can't help, so we'll have to go to the doctor. And I don't know, shoulder dislocations doesn't seem like a big deal, but I guess it kind of is a big deal because he went to the urgent care and they couldn't do anything for him. So they were going to get an ambulance and send him to the hospital, to the emergency room. I don't really know like the full story about it. Pretty much the urgent care bill was really high.
Yeah.
Thankfully he had insurance, but if he didn't, it would have been tens of thousands of dollars just for them to tell him that they couldn't do anything. You know what I mean? Like one time my friend broke her finger and she was like, do I go to the emergency room, like the hospital? And I was like, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Because they're going to sit you in the back and they're going to take the people that have head trauma, heart attack, shortness of breath, all that stuff. They're taking them first. Your broken finger can wait because they're just going to
Put a little split.
Put a little split on it, and it's just gonna heal on its own. So she did go to an urgent care, and she got good care, and they put the split on her, and it was fine. So like those kind of situations, it's fine. One time I like sliced my leg open, and I was like, this will need stitches. So I went to an urgent care. You know, it's like stitches, little broken things, little broken fingers and toes. Fine. Heart stuff, can't breathe. You hit your head really hard. That's the hospital.
And that's
and now just dislocating shoulders is for the hospital, I guess. I didn't know that. And now I know.
Oh.
Yeah, so his dislocated shoulder became a 7+ hour ordeal because they had him at the urgent care. It took forever to assess him. So by then the muscles stiffened up.
Oh.
So then, because I've seen people, you know, relocate the knee or the shoulder in the emergency room quickly, but because it took so long to get him to the hospital, his muscles stiffened up, so they had to sedate him. So that, I feel so bad for that whole entire situation, and I feel bad that I even told him to go to an urgent care, because I did not know that urgent cares didn't do that.
Yeah. Like, I would think, like, the people there would know how to put an arm back.
I thought so. That's what I thought. It was so weird.
You know what? Like, let us know in the comments if they can. If you have a dislocated shoulder, you should be able to go to an urgent care, right?
I thought so. Because, I have no jurisdiction
sure
in
at
this.
Head in the Cloud, they put my friend's leg back into the socket, and that's at MedTech. Huh?
It was his knee?
Yeah.
So maybe that's why it's kind of different, because your leg is straight. It can only go one way, I guess, you know, but your shoulder can go all sorts of different, maybe, I don't know. I really do not know.
I'm a visual person. The more you like describe it, the more I'm just like,
I worked in I worked in a low acuity unit, so I never really had to deal with these sort of situations at all. So I really feel, I don't know. I just thought you could just pop that sucker back in place, but I guess not.
I hope you learn how to pop it back in place if it happens to him. A lot.
Because I know some people can do that.
Yeah.
I know some people know how to do that.
I watched like a rugby match. This guy, he dislocated his shoulder, popped it back in, continue playing.
I know, and that's why I thought the urgent care was fine. I just thought it was like, okay, relax, boop, you know, because I've seen them do it with the leg, like, okay, boop. I just thought, I don't know, and yeah, so that happened. So yes, thankfully I knew where to go to save us a little bit of money.
Save Shawn's life.
and to save Shawn's life, but like people were kind of congratulating me, which totally gives me imposter syndrome because he didn't even have a heart attack. I diagnosed him wrong. So I really didn't even do anything to save his life.
No, you still save his life, because let's say like if he didn't go to the emergency room and he did stay at home and it persists, it could have been a lot worse.
Very true. Very true.
Could have been a lot worse.
That is true. Yes, you're right. And he did say that he was going to sleep it off, but then he felt like waking me up.
That's such a typical guy answer.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. He really just wanted to sleep it off. So thankfully he didn't. But you know, we did the thing and it made a great little story to tell on this podcast. I was fighting the urge to tell them that I was a nurse so bad. As a patient, I think I'd be kind of annoying.
Yeah.
I think I'd be like,
see that.
That's where you want to start the IV? Yeah. Are you sure? Did you clean it correctly? You didn't clean the hub. Are you sure you want to give that medication? What medication is it? What does it do? Like, I would be like crazy. I think I would. I feel kind of bad.
No, I get it. Sometimes when I used to drink and go out to bars, I do judge bartenders.
Right. It's like if it's your profession and you are getting treated, or you're like on the other side, it's kind of strange because you know what you're supposed to be doing. Yeah. Yeah. But it made me miss nursing for sure.
Oh.
Yeah, I kind of miss being in that environment, but still couldn't go back. Yeah.
If you did go back, would you choose a different department?
If I were to go back, I don't know. I really don't know. I loved the unit that I worked in because it was low acuity, meaning that the cases weren't life-threatening, you know, and that kind of takes a weight off of my shoulders, and I didn't see many deaths, which was nice. Usually the deaths that I would see in our unit were from them passing naturally, I guess, from old age. Yeah, so it was never like a traumatic situation to where why they were brought in took their life, you know? I loved the unit. It was such a, I loved my team, and that's why I stayed for so long. It's just at the end of the day, it's not fulfilling for me, but it was fun, I will say, and I feel like I was good at it. I think I'm a very like task-oriented person, and I'm a very hands-on person. I'm a laborer at the heart of it. I just love, like, I don't want to say physical labor, but I am more of a do it with your hands sort of. I'm not a sit down at a computer and type stuff kind of person, which is what I do now. Yeah, which is kind of hard, but on the other hand, it's more creative as well. Like, we're putting together events and stuff, which is really fun. Like, there's an event coming up that I got to kind of write up, and the theme was celestial themed, so like tarot cards and constellations.
That's so cool. That's so fun.
Yes, and I kind of ate that one up. I went off. Like, when I was writing the invoice, I was like, yeah, and then we could do this, and oh, this would be so cute, and I felt like I really got into it. That was an event that I wrote up that I kind of felt proud of. And of course, when I write up these events, they're never it's always the rough draft. I always have to present it to my bosses and see what they have to say. And I was so nervous. Like, I turned the computer to them because I make a little mood board for it. And so I was like, okay, so this is what we would do for the first table. And I was just thinking, you know, like a low arrangement, and, you know, these candles would be nice, right? And they're like, great, it looks good. I'm like, okay, cool. And this is what I would do for the second table, you know, because candles, right? And I think this looks good as well. And they're like, yeah, great, move on. This looks good. And I'm like, okay, cool. And that's pretty much how the presentation went, because I still don't trust in myself, I guess. And also, my style is very different from their style, I feel like. Like, they're very classy, timeless, elegant, and I'm very eclectic, I would say. Very eclectic, very maximalist. More is more. It needs to look crazy, but cool and put together.
That's your creative brain.
Yeah. So part of me is like, that's my style, but is that even stylish? That's something that I think about. Is like, do I have good taste? Like, just because I like it doesn't mean that I have good taste. Or what if I just have poor taste?
So why does it matter?
I don't know.
Exactly.
Why does it matter? I like it. You know, who am I to yuck someone else's yum?
The celestial theme does seem more out of, you know.
It seems
it's more like
fun
out there.
Yeah, like kind of eclectic, kind of whimsical. Like, I feel
where
like
you thrive.
I think
you
so.
Felt like when you're passionate about something, you felt yourself like,
yes,
you know, that's where you bloom. Your light is coming out. And that's.
I did feel very, very confident writing up that invoice. Like, that was good. One of the first times I really felt good about writing something. But yeah, that is my life update, which was Shawn. Yeah, Shawn is my life update because, you know, he is my husband. Yeah. Thanks, I guess, for doing all that, because now I have something to talk about on my podcast.
Thank you for risking your life, Shawn.
I know. Thank you for risking your life for the podcast. Anyway, life update with you?
Honestly, the month of September was quiet because I started a new job as a liquor rep.
I love that.
Yeah.
Because you don't drink.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't drink, but I can talk about alcohol all day, every day. Like,
and you're a bartender.
Yeah, a bartender too.
That is so funny.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, I started at Coam. So watch my freaking they're gonna come at me for saying it wrong. But Coam Beverage, we are the distributor for Jinro Soju. So I am a soju rep.
That's so cool.
And I am in charge of accounts, meaning in-person account, I think that's what it's called, where I go to like restaurants and bars to see. So yeah, if anybody, all my friends are business owners in Houston or Texas, if you want Junro, just help your girl right here.
So you travel a lot then, driving to like different restaurants and meeting with them?
Yeah, but that's nothing new. I love driving.
Really?
Everybody knows this because I did drive from Texas to Washington for a festival.
What? Why?
Because I wanted to drive. I don't know, something inside me told me to drive. I took Noah, who is my son, and my mom on the trip. So it was a little family road trip. But they did not go to the festival because it was 18 and up. So Noah couldn't go. Which is, it's okay. But
it's fine.
It's fine. But I love driving.
You could have taken him to Zed.
Hell no. Hell no. Not with, no. I'm sorry. Hell no.
Why?
Not with that crowd.
Oh, yeah.
Not with that crowd.
I heard the crowd was pretty aggressive.
It was aggressive, and it was also a lot of young people were there. But no. I'll take him when he's at least 16.
Yeah, yeah.
Some, like, when he starts high school, I'll take him to a festival. But yeah, I love driving, so it's nothing new to me. I love talking about liquor, and even though I don't drink, I will get you drunk. So we don't just carry Jinro, we also carry Hummy, which is a soju cocktail seltzer, so it comes in little cans. We also carry J Park's brand too, One Soju. And we also have this soju brand called Toki, and they do more, they're actually really cool. My boss told me about them. They do more than just soju. They also do gin and whiskey like soju.
Oh, that's
so it's
interesting.
really cool. When he told me that, I was like, holy crap. And it's Toki with 2 Ks, by the way. It's gonna be a lot confusing because like people would think Toki as in like Toki Japanese whiskey. But it's Toki soju. But
Interesting.
Yeah, I can talk about alcohol all day, every day, if you let me. Like,
I'm gonna be honest. I don't think I like soju.
no?
I don't think so.
Why?
It tastes funny. I don't know.
Do you do the flavor ones or do you do the original ones?
Well, sometimes are they carbonated?
No. Yeah, the sparkling ones.
I don't like those. They make my tummy hurt. I don't like those.
It's okay.
I don't think I like soju for, I don't know. How much percent alcohol is it?
For general, the highest we have is 15 to 16%. For the original or fresh, the flavor one's 13%.
For me, if I'm going to drink alcohol, it's going to be hard liquor because I'm trying to get there. You know, like I'm not a casual sipper just to like get a little buzz because it makes my tummy hurt, like alcohol in general. So
that's why
maybe I'm allergic. I don't know.
That's why soju is the #1 distilled spirit in the world, actually.
Oh.
And there are premium soju. For example, like One Soju, it's I believe 26% in alcohol content. And the Toki, the premiums, they actually go up to 40%. So it's like actual liquor spirit.
Oh, wow.
And not to confuse it with sake, which is rice wine. It's rice wine, basically.
I think I actually do like sake.
It's fermented rice. So it's different because with soju, it's distilled. So how it's made is why it's different. So people always think like, oh, it's just Korean rice wine. It's like, no.
Wow.
Yeah.
She really could talk about alcohol all day. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So it actually gives me a chance to brush up on my alcohol knowledge too, because I miss it. I love educating people about alcohol. Like I love talking about alcohol.
That is
even though I can't drink.
That is so funny. It's a passion of yours, which is, educating people on alcohol. Because I didn't know the sake and soju thing. I just thought one tasted better than the other. Not saying that soju tastes bad, but I just, I don't know. It's not my cup of tea. If I'm going to drink, I don't drink beer. I don't drink... Well, if I'm thirsty, I'm going to drink beer. But I don't drink seltzers. I don't do all that stuff because it just, makes my tummy hurt for not... what it's supposed to be doing. Because if it's supposed to make you, feel a little some, I'm gonna just take the hard liquor that will make me feel some. So That's my take on alcohol. I just take a few shots and then I'm done. I don't mess around with seltzers, sipping on a seltzer, drinking a beer. No. Makes you bloated, it makes your tummy hurt, it makes it full, then you gotta pee, then you break the seal, then you're peeing all night long. It's just not ideal.
That's also me too when I was younger, when I used to drink. If I'm out like clubbing or anything, I do want to do just shots after shots after shots. If I'm out sipping, then yeah, I'll have a drink. But when I told, like yesterday, I told the restaurant that I was at that I don't drink. So tell me why they started giving me shots of espressos.
Oh my gosh.
Literally, like,
that's so sweet.
Every time we like took it, they literally start pouring another shot of espresso. I was just like, wait, what?
What time was this?
It was like 12 noon, 1 p.m. So I was 4 shots deep, and I could have said no, but the thing is, like, drunks and not drunk, but like, if I did drink, she's a whole different person. And
but you mean just espresso, like the coffee, not espresso martinis or whatever.
It was like espresso with like, because like, you can say no. People were like, you can say no. I was just like, mom didn't raise a bitch.
I mean, it's just coffee, right?
It's just coffee, even though like, it could cause a heart attack.
I know, yeah, because I don't know if you're supposed to be drinking that many espressos at one time. I think that's 1 or 2, and then
it's okay.
Call it a day.
I normally drink 6 Red Bulls in a night.
Ew, Cindy, no, that's a lot.
I like living.
Oh
I just like being jittery.
Cindy,
I'm kidding. Maybe that's why I have so much anxiety.
Oh, maybe
it's not me. It's the caffeine that's causing the anxiety.
Maybe,
probably
it could be.
Yeah. But anyways, so your girl works for Coam Beverage. We do events. So if you do have an event too, and you want to feature any of our brands, we will be there. Or just hit me up. Just email. Yeah. Just email. Send email, or I can just post my work email too, so I can CC my boss into it.
Yes.
And we don't just have soju. We also have other liquor too. We have baijiu, which is Chinese liquor.
Oh.
Yeah, it's been becoming very, very popular. We carry a lot. I've never seen a giant catalog of baijiu. And then we also have tequila as well, regional, I believe, and a mimosa seltzer called Sun Type. But yeah, tea.
Oh, that sounds good.
You just say you don't like seltzer.
I know, but I don't know. But it sounds so scrumptious. I love a good cocktail. And, mimosa is a cocktail, right?
I should make you... one night, we should have a bar night. I'll make you... I love making drinks. Like, I did... when me, Tina, and Jason, and Lamb did our Sailor Moon night, I made cocktails all night. I love making drinks for my friends.
That's so fun. Anyway, totally switching the topic here. What is something that people assume about you? Or what is something that the public has a view about you that is very not true?
I get misunderstood a lot. Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing is I get misunderstood a lot, especially my intentions. And instead of just asking or talking to me about it, people would just assume I would be having bad intentions, especially like in the past with girls. Yeah. A lot of people... well, not a lot, but a couple, it was just stupid drama. However, some of the girls thought I was trying to get with their man when I'm just like, no. I guess that's where I kind of did take a step back, where I can't be too overly friendly because people can perceive that as flirting or trying to talk to them or something like that. So that kind of made me reel back. I was like, okay, if that's an issue, me being friendly, this is also why I'm not as friendly as I used to be.
But you're very friendly still.
Oh, thank you. Balance. But yeah, I have to reel it back because people would think I'm trying to take their man. Yeah. I don't want your man. Yeah. I hate cheating. Will never condone cheating. It has happened to me, and I have had cheated on someone before. It's not a great feeling. Yeah. And no. And again, the biggest thing that people always think is my friendliness is flirting, when no, if I really am truly flirting with you, I'm awkward as freak. Like,
Yeah.
I would stumble over my words, or if I see you, I would run away.
Yeah.
Or I'm like very quiet because I'm like, I don't want to say something to ruin it, or say something that would be like, oh shit, why did I say that?
Why did I say that? Yeah.
Like, oh, you know, I'm very awkward or like not confident.
Yes.
But when even though like a lot of people would think differently. No, if I truly like you, I'm the most awkwardest turtle person ever. Like, I'm kicking myself because I'm getting flashbacks right now. Because I feel like I do like someone right now.
Oh my gosh.
I'm so awkward with him, and I feel like I fucked it up.
No.
For being awkward with him, but
I mean, it's just you being genuine, you know? You just really like this person so much that you don't know how to act. And I think that's really normal.
But it doesn't help that he doesn't know how to act either. He's just as awkward. Even though he claims, I don't treat you any differently. Liar!
Oh.
Liar! Fucking liar! Like,
Bleep. I know.
Like, he can talk to any of the girls in the fucking room, but when it comes to me, he can't fucking say no, sorry.
why?
They're bleep.
It's like, why?
I feed off other people's energy. So if you give me the awkward energy, I'm gonna be awkward too.
Yes,
'Cause
like,
I
it
feel like I
takes
did something
two.
wrong.
I know.
But yeah. Anyways,
Anyway,
sorry, that was not very
demure.
see of me. Well, what about you, T?
Oh my God, Cindy, but you can't just say that and like leave it off. So what will you do?
If I see him again?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Honestly, if I see him again, I'm gonna hug him. Well, we still hug and stuff like that. We're still friends. If I do, next time I see him, I will still treat him the same.
Yeah.
I will still treat him with how I treat all my friends.
Mm-hmm.
Does he know that I like him? Yes and no, because when I did confess to him, I did say, oh, I have a crush on you, and then he did say something along the line, oh, he let me down, oh, I'm not interested, I'm not in the right mindset, and that kind of like threw me off, because in my mind, I was like, oh, I have a crush on you, but I don't want to get with you. Mm-hmm. I want to get to know you first, because I am the type of person who would, when I love.
Yeah.
I ignore all the red flags. I would jump straight into the relationship without getting to know the person first, without courting them first. And that was my biggest issue. And with him, I didn't want to jump the gun right away.
Of course.
And so when I told him that, he was like, oh, thanks for something along like thanks for letting me know or clarifying. And I'm just like, okay. And then tell me why the next fucking day I see him in Cali, of all places.
Oh God.
I was in a different city. I still fucking see him. I was just like, bro, this man, I hope he does not think I'm stalking him, because I'm not.
Oh gosh.
I really know. I keep running into him randomly too. Like when I'm not trying to like look for him, he just appears. I'm just like, what the freak? It's just but genuinely, yeah, I still like him. But I promise I will, well, hopefully, I don't think he's gonna watch this.
No, I don't know.
No.
I don't think so.
But I do have feelings for him still, and regardless, maybe it'll go away, maybe it won't go away, who knows.
Yeah.
Because I don't know when's the next time I'm gonna see him, because he does live in a different state, and then he's really busy too, so who knows. That's why I'm a little dry on the dating scene, because my heart kind of belongs to somebody else right now.
Oh my gosh. Well, y'all have never, I mean, you told me you had a crush on him, but that you didn't want to date him at the time. You wanted to like get to know him. Would you ever ask him on a date?
Oh yeah, for sure. Because every time we do see each other, it's always been like party.
Yeah, like y'all have been,
we've always been
at
like
an activity, a festival or something.
But I would ask him on a date.
Yeah.
I did try the last time he was here,
Uh-huh.
but he was gone apparently.
Yeah.
But I do, because I genuinely do want to get to know him as a person.
Yeah.
And if my feelings are valid.
Yeah.
Do I like him or?
Yeah.
But then
and it gives him a chance to get to know you better too, instead of being like, oh my God, this girl is following me.
I promise you I'm not. Like, it's just shit happens, and like it doesn't help that I like to support friends and all. So of course, if any of my friends, I will come out and support.
Yeah, you are very you're very friendly, you're very nice, and you're very supportive. So that's something that you do as a person to your friends, but to someone that knows that you have a crush on them, they're probably taking it the wrong way too, like how you said people take your intentions wrong.
Yeah, probably.
I hope that's not the case, but
God no.
Yeah.
God no.
But, you know, yeah, I think a date would be a really great way for both of y'all to just lay it out. But okay, so if you, hypothetically, if you were to ask him out on a date and he said no. So let's say he said no and then gave an excuse as to why, like, oh, I'm busy, I don't have time. Would you take that as genuinely, oh, he's busy? Or would you take that as maybe he's rejecting me?
I would probably take it as him, if he says no, I'm busy, then I'm gonna take it as no, I'm busy.
That's true.
Until he says no, I don't want to go on a date, or like just directly tell me.
Yeah.
Because I know this is an issue that a lot of girls have is we overthink what they say.
Yeah.
And we think that they have a double meaning when they don't. Sometimes it's just take it how it is. But I probably wouldn't ask him like, oh, go on a date with me, or would you go on a date with me? I would just ask him for coffee, because I really don't want him to also overthink it.
Yeah.
You know, because again, my intentions are never to be is malicious or whatever. But again, I don't know when the next time I'm gonna fucking see him.
Yeah.
Like, it's okay. Maybe by then my feelings will subside, or even then I feel like my feelings aren't as strong as before. It's calmed down significantly for sure. I don't feel very I feel very at peace.
That's good.
But yeah, so that's where I'm at. Anyways, enough about me and my love life, my non-existent love life.
But it's so interesting.
That's because you're married. Okay,
I know. I don't get any of this stuff.
Oh my god,
which is nice because I'm married, you know. But also,
but a lot of my friends have. Every time I talk about my love life to them, they're like, so. The next time I would see them, they're like, so what's going on in season 10 of Cindy's Love Life, episode 6? With that guy. I'm just like, which one?
Oh my gosh.
But I don't have a roster anymore. I'm actually been since my breakup, I actually been really to myself, and I've been celibate. Oh fuck, I've been celibate since my breakup. Since April? I think that's when we broke up.
It's a cleanse.
Yeah, it's actually nice.
Yeah.
It really is nice, because it's true, when you do go put yourself out there, you're putting your energy out there too. And I've never felt so much at peace in so long. And I realized I had a lot of things inside that I needed to heal, that I needed to work on. And even though last year I did go on a cleanse, but at the same time, because I was only seeing guys in different cities, so to me I was like, okay, it's not like I have somebody in Houston where I'm like, you know, but I'm not even doing that. You know?
Wow.
And I've just been working on myself, and I feel happier.
You've really been doing you.
Yeah. And I love it, and I do really recommend it for people to just take a step back, not talk to anybody, not go out there, delete the apps, just work on yourself. Really do. However, I know everybody cope differently. If this is what helps you, just do you. You know?
And I feel like it's really hard for people to do that, to just take a step back and not try to seek out a partner, because you know, all your life you're growing up like, oh, and then you're gonna get older, and then you're gonna get married, and then you're gonna have kids, and this is the way that you have to live your life. You have to find a partner, and you have to have kids, and you have to do this, and you have to do that. So I feel like a lot of people our age who aren't in a relationship are like scrambling to find one, you know, and it makes it not genuine.
A lot of people feel they have a timer.
And
it sucks, because everybody works differently. Everybody work at their own pace. I'm just glad that I have my son early. So I biologically I'm okay.
I'm done.
I had
the kid.
I still want one more, don't get me wrong. I still want a daughter. However, I'm not in a rush.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
And so I'm not in a rush to find somebody. Because you are right. I want that genuine connection. I don't want to just meet randomly people and then things should, you know.
Like it should be organic.
Yeah. And plus, when your heart knows, your heart knows.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's a lot of divorces are happening nowadays is because they rush it.
It's really high. Yeah. But I will say I have heard success stories from dating apps. Like I know some couples that got together through dating apps and it really did work out. But you know, like at the same time, you shouldn't force yourself to find a partner.
Yeah.
You know, it should be
genuine.
Because when you're looking like that, it comes off as thirsty. People can tell, you know, when you're only viewing other people as potential partners, as potential, like, you know, sexual partners or a potential relationship, you're looking more for a relationship and not at the actual person.
Yeah.
Which is what I feel like a lot of people are doing nowadays. And it's really not healthy for a relationship to start out. This is what I think about a lot when it comes to relationships, but at the same time, I feel like I don't really have a lot of weight in this sort of conversation because I did meet Shawn in high school.
Oh, you guys are so sweet.
I know.
Right.
And we like so dated all throughout high school. He was my only boyfriend, my only serious boyfriend. And, you know, now we're married. So I didn't date around. I didn't have to do all of this stuff. But I feel like it's easy to say I know how I would act in this situation. But I really wholeheartedly believe that I don't think I would be particularly thirsty for men. I mean, before meeting Shawn, I wasn't really boy crazy that much either. I think if it comes along and you make a friendship with someone and it works out, that's great. But the harder you try, the harder it will be to find someone because it's not genuine.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Good thing you don't have to. Girl,
I know.
It's really bad out here.
I know.
From what I've also heard from like friends.
Because
it's really bad out here. I prefer meeting somebody at a bookstore or maybe even though a lot of people are gonna come at me, maybe at a rave.
Because we are going to raves and we are nice, normal people. Who's to say these other dudes out here are not nice, normal people?
Anyways, actually, the last couple people that my last ex and the one before him, I met at a rave, and they were they're actually the best relationships that I got. It's a relationship I got into. Yeah, because they were very genuine people. However, I prefer vibes. I prefer getting to know them in person first. On the apps, it's even though I gain and like it takes a lot, but you don't really. When you meet them in person, it could be so much different.
Yes. Yeah, I'm really bad at flirting on text. And like through the phone. That was never my forte at all. I feel like for me, people misinterpret me a lot as well. But when they see me in person, I feel like I act very different. And I'm a very genuine person, and you can't get that through text. You can't get that through like a Hinge conversation, you know.
That's why I put emojis a lot in my text.
I use hella emojis.
Yeah, that's why ooh and oh all the time.
I know. I love it because every time I see it, I'm like,
bro, there are some people that don't like it.
Really?
Yeah, they keep telling I will pay you money to stop.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just like, give me the money.
Give me the money.
Give me the money first. Then I will.
I like the OWO face that you do at the end of the message because it makes me feel like, okay, she's in a good mood. Yeah, but I use emojis a lot, and I'm very awkward, and I don't know. I feel like I'm not very interesting through text. So when people see me in person, I'm a very reactive, very emotional. It's like all on my face kind of person. So I feel like I do a lot better in that kind of realm. Well, not that it matters because I'm already married, so I'm not, you know, flirting with anyone anyway.
Following up with that, how do people perceive you, or what are other misunderstandings though, other than the texting thing?
Oh, other than the texting thing, dude, I feel like a lot of people think that I am living a life that I am in reality really not living, which
comes back to social media, guys. Do not believe it.
Don't believe in social media. Don't. Because my social media, I look great. Like I'm really popping off. You know what I mean?
You look great in person too.
I look great in person too. But like my life on social media is so fun, so exciting, trips to Italy, modeling. And so a lot of people think that I am a full-time model, which is not true at all. I am not a full-time model.
I think she is. Anyways.
I've only been actually paid for gigs probably less than 10 times in my entire career, which started in college. So it's been 8 years pretty much. I really only got paid like less than 10 times. Yeah. So I did a lot of stuff for free, like a lot of, let's take it back. Let me start from the beginning, from my modeling career. So someone reached out to me and was like, hey, I really like your look. Can we collab? And I was like, okay, cool. So a collaboration between a photographer and a model is free. It's free, okay?
They trade works.
And you trade work. So really the only way for collaborations to really work out, or for them to be appropriate, I guess, is if you're kind of on the same level. So I was a novice model. He was a novice photographer. So it was okay. You know, if you want to work with an experienced photographer and you're a novice model, be expected to pay, because those are their services. Even though you are providing a modeling service, you are a novice. So unfortunately, if they do charge you, you're just gonna have to pay. Like I pay for my portraits all the time, even from my friends, because it is a service that I'm requesting of them. So yeah, there is kind of that like dynamic between photographers and models that has to be taken into account.
I know it's also, you have to compensate for the time too.
You have to compensate for the time.
I get what you like. I've also been doing it since high school, but there was one point where when you're booking shoots week after week after week, and
you got to get paid.
You like you said, when it's like model to photographer, it's free.
Yeah.
And you do get burnt out if you're doing it so much.
Yeah.
But you should be compensated in the sense of either you're getting growth from it, or you get paid from it, because your time's not free.
Your time is not free.
That's what people need to understand is your time is not free. So make sure what you're doing is what you really want to do for free, or get paid for it.
Yes, like it should be worth it. If you're not getting paid for it, it should be worth it in some other way. You should be getting a product out of it. You should be getting experience or
exposure or something like that.
But another issue with that is, as a novice model, if photographers are coming out to you and asking to work with you to collab, that's great. You need to be careful with photographers taking advantage of you.
Yeah, always bring a friend, and don't do shoot. I understand some people would take a shot to loosen up and all,
but you need to
make
be careful.
sure, please be careful out there.
You have
always bring
to.
a friend with you, or at least have somebody have your location. But I really do recommend bringing a friend.
Yeah.
And make sure, and if the photographer is against you bringing somebody, that's an automatic red flag.
Then it's okay. Like, I don't have to go shoot with you.
Yeah, automatic red flag. Never. I'm not saying like all photographers do that, but be careful. If you're getting the vibes and
trust your gut.
Trust your gut. Trust your instinct.
Yeah.
Okay? Trust your instinct, because it will save your life.
It's really it's such a dangerous game, and there is almost always like that thing in the back of your head where it's like, are they trying to take advantage of me?
And also don't ever feel your pressure into it.
Don't if you feel pressured, just take a step back.
Leave.
Yeah.
Don't expose his ass.
Yes.
Expose his ass, her ass. It could happen with female photographers.
It can happen with female photographers too.
It happens with everyone. Expose their ass. So that way other people can be weary of them, and they can be blacklisted. So that way, just do that to keep everybody else safe.
Exactly. It's so dangerous. For me, I'm a pretty modest person. I mean, yeah, sometimes I'll post a picture in a bikini and stuff, but like in the modeling world, I'm pretty modest in the sense that I do not do nude photography. I don't do lingerie. I don't even do swimsuit photography. I do not do swimsuit runway. I don't do lingerie runway. I don't do any of that stuff because of that like digital footprint and stuff. And this was during the time that I was like expecting to be a nurse. So I really didn't want to have that sort of digital footprint. But those pictures are empowering within themselves. Like having a picture of you nude, like, heck yeah, girl, go do that thing. Or guy, go do that thing. Yes, I love that. But so many times it's the photographer wanting something out of you. So if you want to have kind of scandalous photos, like by all means go do it, but you need to be wary. If you don't want to do it, don't
feel pressure.
Don't feel pressured to do it. If the photographer goes, oh, you know what, this would be a really great topless picture. Oh, but that's not really the look that I'm going for. It's okay. We don't have to do that. And if they
keep pushing, leave.
You know what? I should go. Let me call my friend really quick because they're expecting me.
100,000 blah blah followers. Yeah. Like, no, your safety, your comfort should be number one.
I'm a very paranoid person, so any sort of weird situation that I've been in, I've kind of like, I'm not doing this. Like, I'm not gonna get there.
Yeah.
Even with like runway stuff, a lot of the times, like designers will have outfits that require like just pasties. And just a thong, and then the dress will like kind of be showing your little butt cheeks or whatever, or being really close to the cleavage and all that, or like even doing swimsuits. And I would tell them like, I don't feel comfortable doing this. And unfortunately, it has kind of cut back some of the opportunities that I could have had. But that's just like who I am, and I just have to be okay with that.
Yeah.
I just don't feel comfortable really doing that. By all means, to the people that do, like, all the power to you. I am so like happy to see women feel confident with themselves, with their bodies, and be confident to post these pictures, because it is empowering and I love to see it. And I wish I was that kind of person, but I just like can't. I just can't do it. And that's just really like a personal thing, but
that's okay. That's you.
Yeah.
That's you.
As a model, like starting out like that, I did get reached out to do certain runway shows for free, of course, but it was fun. And at the time I was a novice model, so at the time it was worth it for me to do these things, because I feel like it built up my portfolio, and I got exposure to the world, the like modeling realm, and to designers and stuff, and photographers. I've met really great photographers from there as well. But yeah, being 5'6", I do not get runway opportunities. I do not get.
Shortest model was 5'7".
I know.
She just learned this, by the way.
I know. I did just learn this.
The first shortest supermodel was 5'7".
Yeah, and so, but she also has a very, who is it? Kate Moss.
I believe so, yeah.
She has a very interesting look to her. Like, she's gorgeous in a model way. Like, there's like Instagram pretty, and there's like runway model pretty.
But you're runway model pretty too. You
have
an interesting look as well.
I feel like, realistically speaking, and I'm really not trying to like fish for compliments or anything like that, but I think I'm very standard pretty, like commercial pretty. Like, I could be on I would hope that I could be on a print for like American Eagle or like PacSun or something, or H&M, whatever, like something like that, like commercial pretty. But I wouldn't say I'm editorial pretty, runway pretty. Like, I don't really have that like exotic look to me.
You look like an elf princess to me.
Thank you. Thank you. I enjoy that compliment, but I think realistically, unfortunately, in the realm of modeling and acting and commercial and print and all that stuff, I think I am more so a standard kind of pretty and not really an editorial pretty. And especially my height either. So I've sort of given up on that runway model dream. So I don't do that. I am not a model by any means. I have modeling experience, but I am not a model, I've only gotten paid. I got paid one time like $300 for a gig. Yeah. So that was cool. And that was with a designer, and she had a clothesline season that she wanted to bring out, and so I did catalog pictures for her pretty much. So that was cool. That was a gig that I got paid for. I got paid monthly for a gig at a bridal boutique as well, but it's really like more so for fun. And another time I got paid to do a commercial. But it was 2 days worth of shooting, I think, and I got paid $800.
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
Yeah, so I got paid for that, but it was more of an acting thing than a modeling thing. But no, I don't get gigs. Like, I am a freelance model, so I don't have an agency. I don't have any representation. I am not actively looking for any modeling opportunities, which is like all on me. But I have been working towards getting signed by an agency though. Yes, because
exciting.
I know it is exciting. I really just want to get back into acting and modeling more. Like when I did the commercial, I was like, this is so fun. So I really do want to get signed by an agency and have representation and have them help me look for gigs. And that's also like advice that I would give to my modeling girls as well. Modeling girls or boys, if y'all are looking into modeling, freelance is great, but you need an agency and you need guidance and representation to help you get to where you need to be, because odds are you will not have to worry about scary situations. You won't have to worry about not getting paid, not getting adequate compensation for your work, you know? Because when I went to do the commercial, there was another actor there with representation, and he got paid more than me.
Wow. Oh, because the agent negotiates for you.
Because the agent negotiates for you, and because he is an actor with experience and with representation, so he has more pull than me to ask for more pay. And but I think if I were a novice actress but with representation, I think I could have probably negotiated for more. Yeah. But that's just kind of how it is. It's kind of a weird sort of realm within itself, like the modeling and acting industry. It's kind of, you have to figure out a lot of stuff on your own, which is not ideal. But no, like, I'm not a model by any means. I have modeling experience, but a lot of the stuff that I post on my Instagram is projects that I want to do. If I have an idea, I just hit up my friend who's a photographer, and I'm like, this would be such a great shoot. Let's do it. And we just go and do it.
I love making friends with photographers. I only shoot with 3 main ones because honestly, even though my IG says different, I really do get tired of the lingerie shoots and all that. I want to do more artsy fartsy shoots.
We should do it.
Well,
we should do it.
Like, oh my, I remember one of the he's amazing. The more artsy like shoots that y'all see on my IG, I love shooting with him because he just asks me what ideas I have. And one of my friends is a videographer, and we did video together like a couple months ago, and I was just like, I want to do more things like that. Like, I want to expand myself other than doing lingerie.
Yeah,
I can only...
because there's more to you than just there's more to Cindy than just sexy Cindy. Sexy Cindy is a persona. Cindy is also artsy and fun and creative.
Yeah.
I guess that's kind of like your brand though, right? It's kind of more like cutesy and kind of like sexy.
I remember when I used to volunteer. I was in the fashion department for like, I think 5, 6, 7 years. The moment that I always did like the punky look and all, but the moment, we actually did lingerie, immediately, Cindy, you're modeling it.
Yeah.
Like, in my head, I kind of wanted to do like the cute, girly girl looking, but they're like, you can't do cute. I'm like,
but you are so cute. Why would they say that? Oh my
gosh! Because when they look at me, when they see me, they automatically think sexy.
I mean, the tattoos and stuff are pretty like sexy.
But I'll be covered up. I want to be cute.
Sorry, girl. Unfortunately, you've been typecast.
Anyways,
I know. Every time I see your tattoos, I'm like jarred because I always forget that you have like a full arm sleeve,
and I've been
the back
to extend into my back because I dislike. No offense to people who have sticker tattoos is what I call it, where it's like random. I like it for it to like flow. Yeah. And I'm trying to get my back done, and we're gonna part flow it down to like my leg.
Wow.
It's opposite
like a full sleeve on your leg.
No, probably like here.
Oh, okay. Wow. I was like, that's a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, but like,
I'm
not trying to yuck your yum or whatever.
I still have to finish my back, but I've been
that's crazy.
Funding also, but yeah.
I do kind of like, what is it, the sticker tattoos. I think they're fun.
Yeah, they are.
It's just different styles. Like, I don't think that style would work on you. Like, your aesthetic, that does not work for you. But like, I think for other people that aesthetic works well. I don't know, it's just kind of like it's like whimsical and cute and silly.
Yeah, no, it totally is. Don't get me wrong, I do have like random tattoos too. But they kind of hide into like my art in a sense that it looks like it was supposed to be.
It's
there.
all yours is more of a one design sort of thing. It has an overarching theme.
Yeah, like if anybody have seen my arm,
it's like fully tatted. Like it's a full sleeve.
I wanted to keep flowing like that. The butterfly I did get, I do plan to get. I'm gonna ask her to do more butterflies, but to like put flowers onto it, so that way it does look one big giant. I do want it to look like one giant flow.
Big cohesive piece.
I already know what I want for my like thigh, leg. I honestly want to go to Russia for this one tattoo shop I saw years ago. Oh my god, it was so beautiful. But it's in Russia.
Oh my gosh. Russia? Let's go. I would totally get a tattoo.
You should.
But I won't. I have like commitment issues.
You're married.
I am married. I am. But like I feel like a permanent thing on my body. I am worried that I'll like get not bored of it somehow, but grow to dislike it in some way. I don't know.
There's some people that actually get their tattoo covered. This one guy I know.
Yeah, that seems expensive. 6
different like every time I see him, it's always a different like sleeve. Even though he does get permanently, he gets it covered up to be something different. Which I don't know how.
I mean, how many times can you cover up a tattoo before it just becomes
black?
Yeah.
Like a black surface.
Yeah.
I have no idea, but it looks cool.
I mean, that's cool, but that sounds like a lot of work and money, and that sounds painful.
I love it though. It's like it's therapy to me. I fall asleep during these sessions.
That's pretty good. I don't know, and I'm also scared of the pain. I don't think I could do that.
Please don't ever ask me if it hurts. My pain tolerance is a lot higher than most people.
Really? Wow.
It's a lot higher. So to me, I will let you know. I fell asleep when they tied me up. So.
And you were sober?
Yeah.
Wow.
No numbing cream. Numbing cream, there's a hit or miss with that. From what I've heard is people said that it does warp the tattoo sometimes. So do be careful if you do numbing agents or whatever. But yeah, I'm sober and I fell asleep. My tattoo artist had to try to wake me up. Well, in the beginning he did, because if someone came in, they see somebody tying up on a passed out girl.
Oh God.
A lot of questions women ask, but they now know that I like to sleep during my sessions.
And that's just who you are.
Yeah.
I love that. How did we get to the tattoo thing? Because that's your look.
My look.
Yeah.
Anyways,
back to the modeling thing. Yeah. I think I've pretty much said all I want to say about that, which is that no, unfortunately, I am not a full-time model. I don't have any representation. People are not actively seeking me out to do modeling things. But I will say, for whoever does want to get into modeling, just be very, very careful out there, because it is a realm where people will want to take advantage of you for your services. So, but your time is money. Your time is valuable.
Always get paid or some type of compensation.
Get some sort of compensation out of it, whether it's through experience, through your portfolio, or through money. But if you're a novice, sometimes you just have to take what you can get. But after a certain point, you gotta see when people are taking advantage of you, and you need to just put your foot down.
And also another thing for photographers too, who are blooming, trying to get out there, hit up restaurants. They need content for their.
That's true.
Yeah, they need content for their IG. If you want to build your portfolio.
Yeah.
Cannot talk today. Hit up restaurants, Airbnbs, realtors needs shots for their house.
Yeah.
Ask your friends to also help you with if you want to do portraits. There's so many opportunities out there for everyone that people need to realize to like open their eyes to. But yeah, just reach out to companies, because companies do need pictures too. They do need pictures of their events.
Yeah, and social media is so big now that a lot of brands and companies and restaurants and businesses need that sort of nicer social media presence, other than them recording on their iPhone or something.
Yeah, like
so
if you,
it's a pretty lucrative business.
Yeah, and these companies can also pay for it too.
Yeah, they definitely can.
Yeah, if you're a starting off photographer, if you want more experience, build your portfolio.
But yeah, like a lot of the stuff on my Instagram is not like people were reaching out to me and people were like begging me to work with them. No, like not at all. A lot of the projects that are on my Instagram, I almost dropped it, are styled by yours truly.
So beautiful.
Yeah, like
I'm still in love with that dress that you wore for Chinese New Year, the pink dress.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Wait, the one that I cut up?
Yeah.
Oh god, that dress was controversial for sure.
Ooh.
Yeah. I posted a video on TikTok and I got a lot of hate.
Why?
Because I cut up an ao dai and they said that was disrespectful to the culture.
But you are the culture.
I am the culture. I don't want to say anything that is like offensive to our culture for sure, but as someone who is Vietnamese, I do feel like I sort of have some weight in this conversation, and especially as someone who considers themselves to be a creative, like I liked repurposing my ao dai for something different, and I didn't say that it was a new modern ao dai and I'm taking, Vietnamese fashion to new heights or whatever. I was not saying that whatsoever. I just put on TikTok that I cut up an ao dai into a mini dress, and that was it. And people were saying that it was disrespectful to the culture because it's a traditional dress and all that. But I did notice that a lot of people in the comments were defending me as well, and who are Vietnamese. So a lot of people were defending me, saying that
Were the people
firstly, that fashion is always evolving.
Yeah.
And secondly, that the modern ao dai that we have today, it's very form-fitting.
Yeah.
And that back then, when it had first come out, was very controversial as well.
Yeah.
Because the one that's very fitted and very
not the
tight
same
to our
one.
body
Yeah.
was not the original ao dai that was created like centuries ago.
Yeah, and plus a lot of modern ao dais nowadays are also short too.
And they are short, yeah.
Because, as people says, it's evolving. I'm glad that people were defending. I will defend you too. 'Cause first of all, it's your clothes.
It's my clothes.
You are Vietnamese.
Yes. I don't know.
Like,
I just thought it was fine.
Oh my god.
It's because they were like, oh, you're like sexualizing it. You're disrespecting the culture by making it sexual. And I was like,
because you made it shorter?
I made it a mini dress and I wore a skirt underneath. I wasn't flashing anything. I didn't cut out a little thing for my boobs or anything like that. I was not wearing it in a sexual way. I was not acting sexual in any way in that dress.
It went to her knee, like a little bit above her knee.
Yeah, and I have a pretty short torso, so I think it also looked short. Maybe
got legs for
because
days.
And my legs are long, so maybe I will admit that I accidentally cut it shorter than I thought it was gonna end up. But it was like I had a skirt underneath. Like I was not. It was not that added length. Yeah, it was not my intention to make it sexual in any way, to disrespect my culture in any way. But it just, some people kind of saw it that way. But it's just ironic because the ao dai that they say that I'm disrespecting was seen as disrespectful back in the like 40s or 50s or whenever the newer design came out for these ao dais. So, that's kind of interesting. Like people were offended back then with that ao dai that we wear today that we call the traditional ao dai.
I mean, again, fashion is always evolving.
Yeah.
It's always changing, and when something is offending somebody, that becomes the new trend.
Yeah, and like to me, I'm proud to be Vietnamese. I'm proud to wear an ao dai. I'm proud to repurpose an ao dai into something that I could wear out to a party or something.
Yeah.
I want to represent my culture, and that's what I felt like I was doing. And maybe it's okay if you don't agree with that. If you think that I'm disrespecting the culture, you have every right to feel that way. But to me, I was just expressing myself and my culture, and that's kind of what happened. But yeah, that's the controversy. I know it kind of blew up, and I was excited, and then I wasn't excited because I was getting hate comments, and I was like, oh god, I can't believe this is happening.
I hope you wear it again for Chinese New Year.
It was a cute dress, honestly.
Yeah.
It was really, really cute.
Fuck it, cut it shorter.
I know.
I'm kidding,
I know, because at that point, I could cut it shorter and make it into a shirt.
Ooh, like that'd be cute.
It's like there's so many ways to repurpose things.
You could like take the skirt and kind of make a little like tie, and then wear a different type of skirt underneath it.
Yeah,
and then tights. It's just
there's like so many things that you could do, and
that's what I love about clothes. You could make it. Customize it.
Yeah, like make it your own. Like it's fun. We lost our train of thought.
Anyways,
but yeah, that's the tea. That's the tea about my little ao dai. Yeah, I wanted to crawl into a hole for like a hot second when I started getting those hate comments, but I'm okay now. I feel better about it now because I stand by what I did. I stand by, maybe I accidentally cut it a little too short, and that was not my intention, but I cut it into a mini dress and I stand by that.
Again, at the end of the day, do not assume somebody's intention, okay?
Yeah, that is.
Do not assume somebody's intention.
That was a topic that we discussed.
You do not know them personally, and if you are feeling some type of way, go talk to the person to clear up any misunderstanding or try to get to know them. Or B, maybe that's something you should work on yourself. If what somebody's doing bothers you so much, that's on you.
Oh my gosh, we should talk about that for the next podcast
Yeah.
because I have been working on not taking things so personally. That's a big thing.
Yeah, but we are running out of time.
We are running out of time.
Yeah, we could talk all
Wow. Yeah, we really could talk all day. She could talk all day about liquor. I could talk all day about God knows what. I don't know. Anything. Anyway, well, thank you so much for tuning in for our episode of Tea Time with Cindy. Like, comment, subscribe, leave an email, whatever you want to do. We are here for it. But anyway, that's it. See y'all next time. Bye.
Bye.